Orlando, the magical city of Florida. And with me today, Tony Fuentes, a great friend of mine, and he is doing real estate for a long time. Hey, Tony.
How you doing, Sean?
Great, great. So here we are, speaking about the lifestyle and the housing market, how it's doing in Orlando. A little bit, different than the Disney, because we all know Orlando is famous for Disney and Universal and, other parks. So Tony, let's dig through the Orlando lifestyle, Orlando market, why people live in Orlando. So let's start with some basic. As a real estate agent, how long you are in Orlando?
Actually, I'm in Kissimmee, which is borderline of
Right.
Orlando, just like maybe 5 or 10 minutes away. So you could actually see the borderline, like in the cowboy movies, when you're crossing over one side to the other. All right. Kissimmee is a huge area, also, just like Orlando. Orlando has many different areas, and for some reason, Kissimmee has a little bit of a stigma, where a lot of people say, "Hey, Kissimmee, I don't want to go to Kissimmee." But Kissimmee is so huge, you need to be able to travel around and see the good areas. Every place has a good area.
Let me ask you a question on that. Okay.
Yeah.
So Tony, yeah, I know Kissimmee, and then I know also a lot of attraction, Orlando attraction. They actually located in Kissimmee, because when we see the address. So yeah, so you are right. Like Kissimmee and Orlando, they're together is a big part.
Right. And what I can also mention is that actually Disney is in Kissimmee. So from where I live at, I cross up a main street called Osceola Parkway.
Okay.
That takes me straight to Disneyland. It
Okay.
takes me where I live at. I'm in Disney in about 25 minutes.
Okay.
They're not in Orlando. They're in Kissimmee. So
Then Kissimmee.
that's the heart of it.
Okay.
All right. Now, the great thing about where I live in the central area of Kissimmee. I could get to Disney in 20, 25 minutes, and I could get to Universal in 20, 25 minutes, and they're not like next to each other. Just I'm right in the middle of all the major highways. I got the turnpike next to me. I could get to the I-4 in the next 20 minutes, which is the main road that crosses from east to west and west to east. Here, cultural-wise, we do have many, many different races. It's almost like New York. New York is considered to be a melting pot. And yeah, it's a melting pot over here too, because I see all kinds of different races, people from different countries.
Mixed culture.
It's almost like little New York over here in a way, because I meet a lot of New Yorkers out here.
So let me ask you, I know that in Orlando, is one of the places in Florida where there's a lot of new constructions coming. So give me some insight on that. Like, what kind of new constructions coming and what are the starting point on that pricing point?
Well, that's where the differences come in different sections. I mean, you could live in one area where the homes are $400,000 to $500,000, and across the street, you got a different section. Like there's an area called BVL, Buenaventura Boulevard, where the houses are like maybe 300,000. 400 to 300 is a big drop. The 450,000 houses and up are very much well worth it when you come to see it, because most of them are gated locations.
Correct.
The open ones are, I would say the lower prices. I mean, looking for anything here would be about $325, $350 and up. Anything lower than that, you're definitely going to have to fix it up.
Okay, so but at least still you guys have a lot of affordable prices. In right now.
Yes, you do have a lot of affordable prices. Now, in the area that I'm in, like you have Kissimmee, you have Orlando going north, and then you have St. Cloud, which is another area where you have new construction. Kissimmee, there's new construction going on everywhere. It's just not one location.
Okay.
All right, now I'm not too far from a famous place called Lake Nona.
Oh.
Okay, Lake Nona is owned by a company called Tavistock, and Tavistock is just making a gigantic area. It's considered to be something like a Celebration. Celebration is an area that's next to Hunters Creek.
Yeah.
And that's the zip code 34747. And Celebration is supposed to be like a grandfathered by Disney.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I noticed that Disney always wanted to have like a land for all their employees.
Yes.
Well, that's not for the employees, but it's taken care of by them. So you can imagine it's a beautiful place. Stay there. You'll definitely see all the fireworks. Matter of fact, from where I live at, you can see the fireworks at Disney from far away.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah. But now Lake Nona, going back to Lake Nona, that's in Orlando. And for me, it's like a 5-minute ride. As a matter of fact, I go running in Lake Nona. Okay. And Lake Nona is where they have like the hotels. They got some beautiful homes. They got $1 million homes over there. New areas for shopping. It's just growing and growing. And by the year 2025, they're going to complete a gigantic mall in Lake Nona.
Wow. So we all know, it's just a mixed culture there. You can get, it's like a New York type, like all kind of people are there, all kind of food, all kind of cultural stuff, anything, from clothing to food to music. So you have it. That's great actually. But let me ask you, other than Disney, what are the different kind of, job opportunities you guys have there in Orlando?
Real estate. No, not just real estate. Well, you have work in most of the fast food places. You have work also in Disney, Universal. My daughter was working Universal for a little while, and the starting pay was actually $15 an hour.
Wow.
For us here in Florida, $15 an hour is pretty good. Whereas in New York,
As a starting job,
yeah, as a starting job, and you're talking about an 18-year-old at $15 an hour. That's not bad at all.
No. So that's good. And any other you guys have any industry? And of course, there's a hotel industry.
Well,
it's a huge.
Lake Nona is basically known as Medical City.
Okay.
So there's a lot of hospitals going up around the area. So for doctors, Lake Nona is great. There's many areas that Windermere is another beautiful area that's right behind Disney.
Okay.
And for physicians, it's a great area. We have a lot of doctors living out here.
Now, for the education, like the schools, college, universities, what's your input on that?
Well, my daughters studied music when they were in high school, and the high school over here is called Osceola County School of the Arts.
Oh.
And that I noticed that most parents really strive to get in there. To get into the school, you have to audition for it, either musically or some type of art that you're doing. And both my daughters loved it. I loved it. The teachers are great there. The music is just fantastic. And my daughters just continued to study music right after that. As a matter of fact, one plays a piano professionally, and she's also a realtor with me.
Okay.
She's playing for a school.
Oh, nice.
She's 23 years old. Crystal, you know Crystal.
Yeah.
So they call her every one to play for them. And then my other one's going to be going to up in I forgot the name of the area. I don't even want to think about it because she's going to be 4 hours away from us. Tallahassee. She's going to school up in Tallahassee.
Oh, Tallahassee. Yeah, that's. But that is great. So you have other opportunities also. There are different kind of job. Now, if someone move from Fort Lauderdale or from New York, they just start a family, want to get the job. So what will be a 3-bedroom, maybe a new townhouse or maybe a single family home? What's the starting price in a nice neighborhood?
If they want to be in a nice area, they got to look at the homes in the 400s.
400s. Okay, that's affordable actually in today's market. Definitely.
Especially with the good schools, if they have kids and they want to have good schools, they definitely have to be in the 400s. I mean, you pay for what you get, right?
Oh, one of the thing, I just learned last weekend. So there's a Bright Line train service. They're actually connecting Miami to Orlando.
Yes, the train service is going to be going straight to Miami, and you'll be able to just sit down, read your book, and go to sleep, and you'll be in Miami instead of driving over there for 4 hours.
Yeah, I think after Palm Beach, there's no stop, like straight to Orlando. And so there are a lot of people, they are, traveling back and forth from South Florida to Orlando because of the, different opportunities. And I think that's going to be a great service and it's going to make a lot of people's life easy because you don't have to drive now. You can just get on the train and then, get up there.
And talking about that, ever since COVID, most people that are able to work from home are moving from up north here. Talking about like New York, they're coming out from California, Texas, because they're able to get the same pay over here. And that's a great thing to do. Me, I worked for the city. You guys could probably guess what I might have did back in New York City, but I retired from there, came out here to Florida because a better living for my kids.
So the same income, but you have less expense or less taxes and better living. Okay, so that makes sense. So you say most of the people moving from New York, California, or Texas to Orlando.
And you know what? We're starting to get a few Brazilians, and we just closed on a house where the family from Brazil just came in and just a home, and they're making this their new home.
Great place to move. There's a lot of different opportunities. Great lifestyle. It's still affordable compared to a lot of other cities. So that's and you get that top of the level lifestyle also. Education or job. You name it. So that's good. So Tony, a lot of great insight. Thank you. Now, when the audience who are watching, this live right now or they watch later on. So how do they reach out to you? What's your email address or website or phone number they can reach out to?
Okay, my team name is the Fuentes team. TheFuentesTeam. My phone number is 407-288-5182. Very easy to find us online. We have our YouTube channel, the Fuentes team, Tony Fuentes, Crystal Fuentes, Elsa Fuentes. You'll find us on Google, do a Google search, do everything. You'll find us. We're out there.
That's good. So yeah, I know Tony for a long time. He's a great guy. He moved from New York and now serving. And Tony, before we go, I know that you are in the law enforcement in New York. Tell a little
Gave it
bit.
away. Yeah, I did 20 years there and retired. And I'm loving it over here now. I've been here now, 19 years now? So don't even try to guess my age.
So that's great. You're still serving the community through real estate. So, I definitely advise anyone moving to, go ahead.
There's one more area that I forgot to mention, which is Hunters Creek. If you do a Google search on Hunters Creek, which is a beautiful neighborhood, very close to stores. It does remind you of living in the city a little bit. I mean, it's not like the same noise and hearing the police sirens like New York, but it's a beautiful area, and it was considered the 16th best place to live in the United States.
Oh, wow. Hunters Creek.
Hunters Creek, beautiful area. But now those houses were built in the 1990s. So most of those houses do have polyurethane pipes, which is something that you guys might not know about. So it's best to give we'll give you all the information about the area.
So you guys need to reach out to Tony because he has a lot of local knowledge. And Tony, again, thanks for keep up with that, the servicing the community now through real estate. So you are the man for Orlando. So thanks for all those information you provided for our audience here. And hey guys, reach out to Tony. When you're going to Orlando, are you thinking of moving to Orlando, who to reach out to? Thanks for watching. See you guys in another video.